Okay, I think I am live. Hi, y'all. MATRELL on a mission here. Welcome to the channel. In case you don't know, I am on a mission to live my best life here in the motherland, and I invite you guys to take that journey along with me. So, welcome to Let's Talk Food and Travel. I have a very special guest on the show today, and I think you guys are going to really love her. She is a foodie as well as a world traveler, and she's going to have a lot of good information to share with us today. So I'm going to bring her on. Hold on. All right, here we go. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so you guys, welcome to the live today. We have In Love with Jasmine. Her name is Jasmine, and she is on to talk to us today. Jazz, if you would please just kind of give a little brief synopsis of like who you are, a little bit about food, a little bit about travel, what people need to know about you.
Well, hi, everybody. You guys, she's formal, but I'm her daughter, right? So, hi, mommy. I'm starting to look more and more like you the older I get. I'm like seeing that side by side right now, mom.
Do you?
We
think
look
so?
like, yeah.
I think you look like your father.
I'm morphing into a young MATRELL. Anyway, wow. I am Jasmine. I am a lover of all things, probably too many things that I can manage. But I am a master cosmetologist. I'm a hairstylist, and I'm saying that because that, and I'm an influencer as well, which awards me the privilege and the opportunity to be able to travel as much as I do. Food has always been a huge part of my life, from you, my grandmothers, but through influencing, I have cultivated food as a major part of my brand. So I've realized since I've gotten into influencing and blogging that food has become I've always been a foodie. Like, I've always liked to eat, but I can kind of say I've coined myself as a faux chef. Emphasis on the faux.
No, you have skills. You have skills.
Learn for the best.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. So, you guys, yes, Jasmine is an influencer, a creator, and I advise you to make sure that you go check out her website. She has a beautiful blog, and on that blog, it has, all the everything about her is on there, as well as all her travels and all the food content. It's just a really, really good read. So make sure you check that out. The link for that is in the description box below. And also check out her Instagram page and follow her on there as well. YouTube, all of her links are there. And she actually has a really awesome Pinterest.
Thank
right?
You. Yes.
And you don't hear a lot of us having Pinterest or even discussing it. Is it really good for your brand?
Pinterest is actually my favorite currently for my brand. Okay. Pinterest is a search engine, essentially, and it is a creator's haven, right? But as a creator, I use it as a platform to share to everybody that goes to Pinterest and uses it as a search engine, right? So I put out content on the search engine for the world. So, and it links directly to my blog. And I always tell people my blog is my most prized possession because it's something that I actually own. Instagram, all of these other platforms, although that they are very great and they give you leverage as you're trying to grow a brand, you don't own it. It's not yours. Anytime they want to change the algorithm, let you shadow ban, be seen, not seen. If they want to just close it tomorrow, there's nothing you can really do. So Pinterest has been a lifesaver for me, especially for food. I put a lot of different type of content on there, but food content does very well because for everybody that goes to Pinterest looking for a recipe, my stuff pops up.
Right. Yeah, and it is. And you do such a beautiful job with it too. So yes, you guys be sure to check out her Pinterest as well. I mean, if that's a platform you've never really considered, maybe take a look at it. She says working out for her blog may work for you, right?
I highly suggest.
Okay, so let me get to the questions that I have for you. So we're going to be kind of talking about a little bit about food and a little bit about travel today. So my first question is, what inspired you to start traveling the world?
Oh, well, one of the positives is you, right? My mom was in the military. I'm gonna turn this on her. Both of my parents, I'm a military baby. I was born on a military base. Um,
Mhm.
and travel is just something that she's always pushed. Even if it wasn't something that we did often, she would always talk about it. Like she always, no fear was ever there. I know that a lot of people who don't really travel, it's because fear was kind of instilled in them as a child. Like, why would you want to
Yeah.
go over there? It's so scary. As my mom was like, France is beautiful. Like she was just talking. She would, and it's so funny because sis has manifested all of this. Okay. She would tell me, I can't wait to get out of here. Like that's what she would always say. And so it just kind of, you know, struck my interest, right? To be like, okay, well, travel is definitely something that I'm interested in. So there was no fear behind it. I feel like a lot of people never start certain things because it's a rooted fear.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Yeah. I've always thought that, a lot of people, as a matter of fact, people I've spoken with on this show, even, always felt that travel was something that they always wanted to do. They were, all the people that I've met that are globetrotters, they never had that fear, like the average person has,
Mm-hmm.
of wanting to leave their home country. So I think that's a trait for those of us who travel.
You have to be
Okay, so we
fearless.
do have some. Exactly. We have someone who joined us in the chat today. I want to welcome Mahmood to the chat. Thank you for watching.
Hello.
All right. And then going to move on to the next question. So, where is the best place you visited and why?
Oh wow. I've been so many places. I wish that this question was broken up to my favorite place in the
Okay.
States and then my favorite place international.
Well,
Because
let's
it's
break it up.
okay, let's break it up.
Okay.
Typical
Yeah, break it
Jasmine
up.
to change the stuff up, right? Um,
That's good.
so my favorite destination in the States, even that's hard for me, but I would have to say it would be Key West. Um, it's a tie between Key West, New Orleans, and Scottsdale for me. But Key West would take the cake for me. Key West, you guys, if I strike it rich, that's if I had to stay in the states and retire, that's where I would be. There's literally a destination there that says, how does it feel to be closer to Cuba than a Walmart, right? So it's literally the southernmost point in the continental US, and
Right.
it's Florida, so you still have the luxuries of being in America. And when I say that, I mean being able to not have to worry about currency and exchange and time zone for me, right? Being on the Eastern time zone. So, you know, the comfort of being still here because it's Florida, but you're
Right.
literally like in the Caribbean. It's just so nice, so carefree. They walk around with no shoes on. If you've been to New Orleans, you know what Bourbon Street is like. I love Bourbon Street, but Bourbon Street is dirty. It just is. They have something called Duval Street, which is literally like a clean Bourbon Street. So the whole city, they're out. There's bars and restaurants and people having fun. It's a huge like bachelorette type destination. Bachelor person. You have to see them walking around and like, whoo, and everybody's intoxicated by a certain time
Right.
but the food so fresh. I did a jet ski tour, so the water, it's the Gulf Coast and the Atlantic, and it meets, and they take you out there, and they have like these mangroves and like these sandbars, and so the water is like crystal clear. You can get off your jet ski or your boat, whatever takes you out there. You have your music, and you're just literally standing in the middle of the ocean, drinking, having a blast. So the freshest seafood ever. That is my favorite U.S. destination.
Okay.
Favorite international destination. This may be biased, but I have to say Egypt right now. And Egypt just because that was the furthest place I've ever been. The purpose of going was to see my mom, and I just have like this connection to Africa because I am very pro. Just another conversation. So I just felt at home there.
Right.
And that was the only trip that I've gone to where I got to visit multiple cities as well on a trip. Because Cabo was a close second, just because of my husband and I went. And I mean, it was where we stayed was gorgeous, but that's it. We just stayed stationary there. So Egypt, my experience so far, Egypt wise, being able to, I've never taken a domestic flight in another country to another city.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think so that would make Egypt. Plus, it was the best oxtails I ever had in my life.
Put Egypt on the map for some oxtails, y'all.
Don't be scared, y'all. Don't be scared.
Well, I mean, and the beat here, it is halal, and it's no hormones and all that kind of good stuff. So that might have contributed to it.
It was like butter. I was like, what is this? My God.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? The thing is, and like you saying that you went to Key West, you named 3 cities that I've never been to in the U.S. And I've been to a lot of states, right? So Key West is still on my list. I've never been to New Orleans. And I understand that both places are really good food.
You say what?
Okay.
We're going
to New Orleans. I understand that they're both food towns.
Oh my God. Listen, Carl and I will go to New Orleans solely to eat. Like, I do like the alligator boat, the bayou swamp tours, because I've always been interested in like the bayou type of vibe, that Cajun culture. But the food, y'all, literally go ahead and eat clean 2 weeks before your trip to New Orleans, because you're gonna come back 10 pounds heavier. Like you just are. and you should be unapologetic about it. Okay. I have a whole blog post. I have a New Orleans blog post.
Yes, you do.
Check out my blog. I'm food forward with my travel, y'all, because I'm not the most adventurous person. So some people want to go skydiving. Now, point me to the local restaurant. Okay. And so I share all of the restaurants and I share that to a T. I am your go-to. If you watch Food Network, you watch Diners, Dives, and Drives, Guy Fieri, like my goal, if somebody asks me a life goal, give me a show, BT, Tyler Perry, somebody, I want one. Send me around the world to some restaurants.
Oh my God. Okay. And then, and I do understand, and I know I've been a lot of other places internationally as well, but out of all the places, to me, Egypt, because of the diversity in terms of what's available in this country, everything from beaches to mountains, right? You have you have half the 7 wonders of the world here. You have so much history here. And unfortunately in the States, we just never really got a chance to learn about Egypt. We don't learn anything about it except through movies, right? That's it.
Movies, they lied to us about everything. A straight lie.
Right. Because I know when I got here, I was looking around for all the Caucasians, and I was like, well, what country is this? Because that's how Egypt is depicted to us in the West. I didn't know everybody here was brown.
I knew something was wrong when Grandma Laverne used to try to get me to watch that stuff around Christmas when it was with the kings, the Egyptian kings and stuff. And I was looking, I said, that's not Cleopatra. Like, it was just weird to me. I'm looking like, and she was like, sit down and watch it. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. This is misleading.
Right. It was misleading for sure. Okay, and let me do this one here. This is a good question, I think. So, of the places that you've visited, and you named 3 places that you really like. So, if this question, if you could answer, mention a few more places that you've been. Yeah. Which one makes the best girl or guy trip?
Okay, so I only grazed over Scottsdale, because y'all gonna hear about my favorites. I only grazed over Scottsdale with the first question, but let me say, Scottsdale for a girls trip, y'all, like non-negotiable. You have everything from the food culture there is beautiful. It gives me Southwestern modern kind of fusion. Everything is really built up there, but not like super touristy. Like they still kept the aesthetics of the true desert there, right? That true region. But the spas, y'all, my credit card did not like me when I left that spa, but I was like, YOLO, I'm here. Let me get all that. Let me get the bath, the salts, the everything. The hotel that I stayed at was super, super nice. I'm not gonna plug them, but I gotta do a little blog post on them. Food was great. I went with one of my close friends who was super, super adventurous. We did our little photo shoot at the desert. Scottsdale is fun. They have a bunch of wineries and stuff there too. You're able to do like a quick little tour. You can go over to the Grand Canyon. They have Antelope Canyon. Like it's so much to do. Nightlife is great. Scottsdale to me supersedes the Miami. You know, when you think about typical girls trips, Scottsdale thus far for me would be the ultimate girls trip.
Okay. Y'all hear that? She's dropping some nuggets for you guys. So
yes, and another positive, let me tell you this. So for Scottsdale, you fly into Phoenix.
Okay.
And our Uber ride from Phoenix to Scottsdale to our hotel was like $20. So it wasn't, it's right there. So don't think like that it's
really far.
Yeah, it's not at all. And for a guy's trip, I don't know. I'm sure they want to go anywhere with some booty. I know Carl and his friends went to DR. Then I saw a meme recently that said if your man went to a guy's trip to DR, be worried, sis. I'm like, well, what? That was a couple years ago, but okay. That meme culture is something else. In here planting seeds of question in your head. But yeah, I don't know for the guys. I'm a girl.
Right. Okay. That's fair. All right, so let me do some housekeeping real quick. So for guys, anyone that's just now joining the live, today's guest is Jasmine Scales. Her blog, her Instagram, her website, everything is In Love with Jasmine. That is her name. Make sure you guys check out all of her social medias. They're all listed in the description box, but she is a foodie and a world traveler. And she has just been telling us some good places to go and talking about food and travel together. So I really love it. So I hope those of you who have been here already, I hope you're enjoying this show. And those of you who have just joined, you are in for a treat because we have a few more questions. I also want to tell you guys that are over on Facebook right now, if you're on Facebook, if you do me a favor and come over to the YouTube channel, I'm going to put the link to the YouTube in the description box for you guys to make it easier for you to come on over here and finish the conversation. Okay, so let me do that. All right. And you guys who are watching, say hi. Let us know that you're here.
Hi, come on, let's chat. Let's have fun. I'm clean this week, so I got my water and my blueberries.
All right, so I put the YouTube link in the chat for those of you who are on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect you guys from this live. Make sure you do come join us on YouTube right now, and that would be awesome to finish this conversation. Let's see. Remove. All right. Okay. Make sure we still here on YouTube. Yes. Okay, we're still here. Because it's our first time doing that. All right. Hey, Shanice, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, babies.
Happy to see you here. All right, so we'll be moving on to our next question for Miss Jasmine. All right, you kind of alluded to this earlier. What is the wildest excursion or wildest thing that you've ever done while you were traveling?
Well, I almost went hot air ballooning in Egypt, but my gut said don't do it. But I was there. I pretty much got the experience just from the ground. I think probably the craziest. I told you guys I'm not really a daredevil.
Right.
I'm just not. I do not have the best luck. And when traveling, the goal is to make it home. So I never feel inclined to really do anything that's dangerous. Maybe the airboat tour in New Orleans.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of
alligators right there. Yeah. They were like right there. And one time the mama, she was trying to protect her eggs or something that attacked her eggs, and she kind of like hissed and like kind of chased the boat for a little bit. We got out of there. Yeah. Yeah. So that's scary. Oh, wait. When me and Carl flipped off the canoe into the river, not the canoe, the kayak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and my husband flipped. We hit a tree. Flipped. Rapid waters. Right? With no tour guide. We were stranded. I can't swim. It was terrible.
And you guys, and I think that video, isn't that video on in your highlights on your Instagram?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that happened probably a few months after we got married. God tested us. He tested us because
I was scared when I saw it. I was like, oh my God, I wish she can't swim like that.
It was terrible. It was terrible. And the thing is, I'm not the smallest woman, right? And he had to hold the kayak onto the tree, and the water was coming really fast. They just released the dam, so the water was coming fast. So now we're both out of it. He flipped over, and then he got in the kayak. I'm holding onto the thing. He's like, okay, babe, you got to jump up and get in here. Y'all, the water is coming fast. I don't know with my adrenaline, y'all. I did one motion, whoop, and popped up in it. He looked back and he was in shock. He said, "Oh shoot, you made it!" I said, "Yes, let's go." yeah. I was proud. I shocked myself.
Right, and Mahmoud is getting a chuckle out of that. He said, "He," and Shanice is laughing as well.
It's terrible. It's terrible,
man. But that's but maybe one of the things you can do, because I'm thinking sometimes people think that they go somewhere that they have to do the bungee jumping and the zip lining and all that kind of thing. And that's not really adventurous. You, on the other hand, are a foodie. So for me, some of the food that you eat is adventurous.
Yes. Yes. That. And then I like cultural things too, right? Like I'm a museum girl. Anywhere, even here in the States, like a pet peeve of mine is when people go out of town and they're like, let's go to the mall. And I'm like, the mall? Like, you don't have your clothes already for this trip? Like, I'm the type, I like to go to cultural things. I'll touch anything, smell anything. I'll do things like that. So, but I'll definitely eat pretty much anything.
Okay. Speaking of eating, tell us what's the most exotic food that you've had while traveling and where it was.
I've ate alligator.
So many different things you don't think is exotic, but I've been watching the page. Yeah, I see all kind of tendrils and suction cups and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've eaten alligator. There's one thing I won't eat, and it's funny because I'm about to go to Paris. I won't eat escargot. And I know you say it's good. I have no desire.
When it's prepared properly, it's good.
I have no desire. I think I tried it before and it was like sand. It tastes like sand.
No, not good ones. There's nothing sandy about it. When it's cooked in the garlic butter, they're just like, you're just gonna eat them up.
I mean, I eat oysters. I eat, some of the best oysters I've ever had were in Santa Rosa, Florida. Oh my God, this place called Mike's, so good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would be considered exotic. I eat beef carpaccio, which is rare beef. Like I'm a Black girl who likes her steak medium.
Right. So so aside from alligator and eating all the octopus and the squid, things like that, nothing else strange. What? Go ahead.
I will eat whatever is like native to where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like whatever what they're known for, whatever. Like I'll eat that.
Okay. Awesome. Let me welcome James. Hey James, welcome to the live. Appreciate you. He said, "What's up, MATRELL? Good to see you. Still trying to make it back over there." Yes, and
I'm shocked Shanice tried escargot. Wow.
She said she tried them in Jamaica. They're a little salty, but she enjoyed them. But I'm going to tell you, because there's like a restaurant right outside the airport in Paris, and I'm going to tell you what, I think I ordered like 5 servings. That's how delicious they were. I don't know if they were that delicious or if I had too many glasses of wine. But either way it go, I had like 5 servings of escargot. It was good. They were really good. I just love it. I do. All right. Let's see. Well, tell me this then. And you kind of talked about this at the beginning. So people who just got here, what do you do for work that allows you to be on the go and travel the world?
I am a hairstylist and I'm an influencer, both of which are in entrepreneurship. So that allots me the time to take off, the funding to be able to fund these trips.
Right.
So yeah, my career, both even coupled together, allows me to be able to do it.
Okay. Awesome.
Hopefully, like I said, so I'm manifesting it. I'm putting it out there. Hopefully, this influence going to take it to the point where I start to get paid to travel and eat. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and that could definitely happen because that's what a lot of influencers that I'm following that they're to that point as well. Shanice said, "Hey James," so she's welcoming you to the chat as well. All right, and let me see this. All right, so tell us this. Do you have any kind of business or a passion project that you'd like to share with everyone that's watching today?
Basically, just follow my influencer journey. I'm trying to figure out how I can kind of start to move out of hair eventually. So yeah, the influencing, like, help me out with that, because your girl really wants a show. Like, I want to, even if it's not a show, like, I just want to be known for someone who travels and eats and shares it with you guys. So all support, all engagement, we know how it works. My blog,
Right.
like, just go ahead and come to my little piece of the internet and support.
Right. And in support, you guys, can mean a lot of different things. And I think for anyone that's in a creative space like this, support can be as simple as a share.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's just free $99.
Yeah,
free $99.
It's free.
So like I tell people, share me how you share these celebrities' business that don't know you. You know what I mean? Give me the same energy you give the Shade Room. Like, help me, you know? Because you can't contact that celebrity when you need something. You contact me. So the least you could do is just share my stuff. Like, that's just share it. That's all. Especially if I'm not even selling nothing. It's a share. It's a like. You could go as far as commenting. It's simple. I promise. It's not that hard.
And those things just go a long way, you guys. You know, every time somebody makes a comment on your social media platform, that helps the platforms push the videos out, you know, push the content out so that more people can see it. Mm-hmm. And the more people that gets, sees your stuff, then the opportunity is there for you to, monetize, gain more followers, and your platform can grow wherever that platform is. So just a simple like, a simple share, a comment, you know, participating in the chat, all of those things contribute to helping people in the creative space, right? Influencers, vloggers, or whatnot, get their information out to the world. So yeah, don't be selfish, y'all. Just do that. And speaking of which, let me tell y'all a little something new. All right, you guys, so this is another station break. So you guys, I'm on a new platform called Buy Me a Coffee. Right, but instead I have Buy Me a Glass of Wine, right? See this? Y'all know I'm here in Egypt. I'm trying to do things to help monetize my channel. The YouTube process is a little slow, but it's getting there, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm grateful for everyone who is subscribed and who supports me on this channel. But on this other platform, it gives me the ability to put content out that you won't see on YouTube, and it's as simple as a glass of wine, right? $5. All right, so support me on that. That's
buy a bottle. Send it to
buy me a bottle. Okay, yeah, buy me a bottle while y'all there. So just go over to that platform. Buy me. It's called buymeacoffee.com/MATRELL. You can go there and buy me a glass of wine, and I would really appreciate it. All right, someone else said something. Let me see who's here now. Let's see. Shanice says, "You make it look great, Jazz, and your trips are always informative as well." So so she's talking about all your content.
Thank you. I will say this. I know a lot of people, and I'm going to say this for people who are probably interested in starting to create and do that. I hear a lot of pushback sometimes from people. They'll be like, well, you know, I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to feel like I'm not present or in the moment. So what I have started to do is I record and then I post the next day. So when you see it, so for example, and I gave that a try for the first time when my husband and I went to DR. No, I did it when me and Katie went to Key West. I'll say this, it's new, right? But it's a method that has been working, and because I like to eat and drink, so it's better that I kind of be like, I'm gonna post this in the morning when I can have my thoughts and stuff together, because this is nothing worse than looking at your page or looking at your story and being like, what was I doing? What did I say? Oh Lord, right. You know. So I'll just pull my phone out day of, get all my clips, grab, and then the next morning I'll go ahead and curate it all together, and I'll post it, and it tells a story, and people love it. The feedback that I'm getting from it, because I'm gonna do the same when I go to Egypt in a few weeks. But the feedback that I got from it, people were like, oh my God, because I create the content in the way of what I would want to see. You get what I mean? And therefore that way I can look, and when I'm creating everything, it's almost like I'm a director. Like, call me Jasmine, Spike Jasmine Lee, you know? And so I'm able to just put everything together. I can select my music, I can put my captions, any voiceovers, and it's great. You know what I mean? Yes, it's work, but you know, you want to create quality content. You know what I mean? I don't want to just influence, I want to impact, right? I want to create impactful content. And you know, it allows me to be very present in the moment too, when I'm actually living the experience. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, okay, y'all wait, let me sit here and post this. I'm like, I got the footage. I'll post it tomorrow. That way I'm present and I'm enjoying myself. So it's absolutely a way. I just prioritize it differently.
Exactly. All right. And then I want to acknowledge Mahmoud Jad. Thank you so much for the super sticker, 50 Egyptian pounds. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. And then welcome to the live. Hey, Shay. She said, hey, sis.
Hi.
And Shay says that she loves your content, Jasmine. Now, Shay's here in Egypt. She's the one that I went and visited, and we did some food videos together.
Okay.
We did some collaboration
so much
for YouTube. So if you haven't seen that yet, be sure to check it out, you guys. Yeah, and Shay does have a YouTube channel, so be sure to check her out there as well. All right, and then for those of you who are just joining, I have to do this like every 15 minutes. Okay. Welcome to the live. Welcome to Let's Talk Food and Travel. And today we are talking food and travel with Jasmine Scales. All right, and Jasmine is an influencer as well as a master cosmetologist located in Atlanta. And she is just sharing some great gems for those of you who are content creators out there, because she's also an influencer. Well, not also, she is an influencer. I'm a YouTuber. I ain't no influencer. it's a difference. Ain't nobody paying me to do this.
It's coming.
She get paid. She get paid to put content out. But anywho, but yeah, so she's dropping some gems on that, as well as talking about places that she's been and the food that she loves, you know, during the travel. So yeah, we're gonna move on to the next question. So yeah, so those of you who just joined us, welcome. We're glad to have you here. Be sure to say hi in the chat and let us know that you are here. All right, and then actually, you know what, Jasmine, and that was really it, honey. I was gonna say, how can people follow your journey to get in touch with you?
That's not it. I got way more stuff to talk about.
Okay, well, let me do this then. Okay, wait, we go back it up. We get ready to go free flow. Okay, I'm done with my questions. We get ready to just free flow. Which you want to say?
Okay. So basically, as far as me with food, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I'm inspired food wise for food that I actually make. Okay. So due to COVID, like I got my little book here. I wanted to show y'all something. Dang, I was ready. Okay, trying to see here.
And I hope you talk about your cookbooks too.
No, I got you. I'm coming.
Okay.
So quarantine affected people so many different ways. For me, it affected me positively and negatively. I am a hairstylist, right? And so when quarantine happened, I had to sit down, and I was just like, okay, this is weird. All right, I don't know what I should be doing. I guess I could figure something out. And I was already starting to get into blogging and into influencing, you know, kind of pre-influencing at that time. But I was like, well, let me start cooking, because I started cooking more. And it's so funny because it reminds me of my mom. I remember when we lived in Ohio when I was younger, and my mom was always a workaholic, right? And then she went through this little spat of not working for like, what? You was a workaholic. It's okay. So am I. You went through this little spat of not working for like 6 months or something like that. Y'all, I would come home from school. She had fresh baked, these big strawberry banana nuts muffins and stuff. I'm looking like she was just at home, Susie Homemaker. I was like, okay. But it was so funny how the cipher works. And then when it was my turn to sit my behind still, I was like, well, might as well start cooking. So that's what grew for me, because you got to think, during quarantine, restaurants and stuff was closed. And there was a lot of stuff that I wanted, but it was like, we thought the world was ending. So where are you going? You ain't going outside, right?
Right.
And I'm like one of them zombie apocalypse type people. So I was just like, well, we gonna stay in the house. I gotta figure out what to eat. But I was blessed that my mom was in quarantine with us. So we was having fun. We just started creating, and then I started making cookbooks.
Yeah.
I'm really big on wordplay. So we came up with WTF to cook, wordplay of WTF, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's Monday, Tuesday with is small M, small T, big WTF to cook. Because that's usually the biggest question that everybody has. Like, what am I going to eat for dinner? Right. But I wanted to tell you guys how I was talking about Pinterest, which I love Pinterest, but I'm a magazine girl, you guys. There's no better inspiration for me than I'm that person in the checkout line at the grocery store. I'm picking up all these magazines. I'm trying to figure out why the magazines are like $15 now. But
really,
girl, well, this one was $13. I just think that's a lot for a little book. But anyway, magazine
$2.99 or $1.99.
Exactly. But I guess the way Pinterest is working, these people like, look, we need help. Nobody buying them no more.
Right.
But I'm going to say, so I did a copycat Chick-fil-A sandwich, right? And it did very, very well. People were like, oh, I can make Chick-fil-A at home. And even though, you got to think, Chick-fil-A closed on Sundays. So if you craving Chick-fil-A on Sunday, I got a recipe for you. And it's spot on. But I was showing you guys, here is this book from Taste of Home. It's copycat recipes. So when I was in the grocery store line, I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to grab it. So I'm constantly inspired by so many things. They have so many recipes in here. So I will be trying like almost all of them. But, you know, I just want to tell people, like, sometimes you can draw inspiration from so many different things. It could be different moments in your life that may propel you to a different interest, right? And that's totally okay. I think that sometimes we get caught in this idea that, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it, or, you know, you don't want to be a jack of all trades, you're a master of none. But I'd rather be a jack of all trades and keep trying to figure out what I want to master. You know what I mean? Like, go for it. You got one life to live. I've watched my mom literally try so many different things, and she's great at so many different things. You know what I mean? And so she inspires me to try different things. Like, how do I go from doing hair to about to try this escargot in Paris? Like, you know what I mean? And try to get content and show people I'm gonna try it. But try to get content and show people and pitch myself for people to pay me to do it, you know? I don't know. The food part for me is something that's just forever gonna be. Desaya, my oldest daughter, she just likes to eat it. She's not really interested in cooking at all. But my youngest daughter thinks that she's Gordon Ramsay. She thinks that she that is her thing with me. She even like to make little mini kitty charcuterie boards. Like, she is a foodie, a little so baby foodie. Yeah, she's a baby foodie. We go on picnics and stuff, so she's that girl. I did want to touch on, before we leave, Mom, because I was mad. Remember what I was mad about? Or we can't talk about that?
You can talk about it. Feel free.
Okay. I know the wave is for people to travel and stuff right now, right? And travel is GOAT. I love travel. Travel is fun. But what bothers me is the arrogance of Americans when traveling other places. You have to understand, not everybody wants to come here. So don't go there with the attitude of like, I'm this high, mighty American and you have to treat me a certain way and have these certain expectations and things like that. Do your research, understand. And so recently, I'll just let you guys know, recently I had saw a girl's page and she was actually down talking Egypt and talking about how it was panhandlers and not panhandlers. Yeah, she was saying panhandlers, and she was crying. Y'all, she was crying. She was crying on. I'm already a person that I get secondhand embarrassment, so I don't really like me crying on the internet. But yeah, I just feel like log off, get yourself together. Like, I don't really, I don't like that. But even though I cried when we did our Egypt live, but that was just from emotion of the experience. But I'm not gonna be out here crying to y'all. Like, that's just weird to me. But I didn't really like what she said, or the just the overall context of it. You know, like I said it when we did our live about Egypt. I said, you have to go prepared. Period. You cannot just pull up to Egypt like, what's up? let me catch me an Uber. Like, it doesn't work like that. First of all, Arabic is not Spanish. Okay. I will say naturally, as an American, we all speak a little bit of Spanish to the point where we know how to say hi, bye, know our numbers. Like, we all have a basic understanding of the foundation of Spanish.
Right.
We have no idea what Arabic is. We have no idea how to read it. We have no idea. We don't even understand the dialect, the diction, nothing. You can't even tell if they're mad or not. Like, let's just be all the way honest. It is not something you can just go and think you're going to win. Okay? And Egypt, like I said, that's the only country that I've ever been to that spoke a total different language that I have no familiarity with. But I was just a little upset because it was like, panhandling, that's to be expected in a sense, in my opinion, right? But I've experienced that in honestly every other country I've ever been to. I've been to Cabo having a 5-star dinner. Me and Carl was sitting on the beach at the table with a menu that said market price. So y'all already know what that means, right? This wasn't MKT, right? We'll tell you how much it costs after you eat it, type stuff. And we're sitting there on the water having dinner, and these little kids was running up to me like, we want this, we want that. So I say that to say it happens everywhere. If you live here in Atlanta, anybody in Atlanta know you could just get off at 85, 75 right downtown, and you're gonna have the water boys at your windows asking for money. So I think it was just, to me, misleading to make it seem like it's not something that is common. And honestly, once you told them to leave you alone, they left you alone. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like they were even asking for money. Here's the difference. They weren't asking for money. They were trying to sell you stuff. Or they were trying to do something for you. To me, that's different. That's
not panhandling.
No, it's not. It's like, hey, I have this. Do you want to buy it? And they're going to be aggressive. But all you have to say is no. I've had people walk up to my car and say, give me some money here. Like, you know, we got arrogant head panhandlers here. But anyway, I was just a little disappointed for the narrative that was given. Egypt was absolutely beautiful, but it's definitely not something that I feel like you should try to plan your own trip. You won't get the same experience. You need to go through an agency, a tour guide, specifically Easy Egypt Tours. Okay. They will customize your tour for you. I'm so excited. I'm taking 4 girls. It'll be a group of 5 of us. We're going in a few weeks, and MATRELL / Mommy literally curated the entire trip. You know what I mean? But it's something that I don't want anybody to go there ill prepared and not to be able to have the experience that they deserve going there. So, like I said, plan it out. Y'all, just, why we always trying to cut corners and stuff? Like, we don't do that. You can't do that everywhere. Okay. You just can't. So that was a shameless plug, but I will say, make sure you follow me on all of my channels. I am definitely going to share, and I'm excited because now I feel like I'm a regular. So this is my second time to Egypt. So I'll be able to capture content from a different spectrum, from a different lens. Not necessarily me being like, oh shoot, okay, let me record. You know, now I'm like looking at my friends like, girl, go over there and look at that. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, I'm still gonna see on the tour. There's still gonna be some things that I haven't done yet, but you know, I just feel a little more comfortable. But I'm just so excited that these women trusted me. They trusted my influence, my impact in their life for them to invest in themselves and take a trip of a lifetime. Right? Like, I know Africa is a continent that most Black people here in the States want to experience, and I would absolutely recommend that you start that experience in Egypt. Start where it started, right? So yeah, that is, I'm just so excited. I'm like, can I just go to sleep right now and wake up and tomorrow be June 3rd so I can be like out of here?
Well, I'm excited for you guys to come too. It's a really great itinerary. We're gonna have a great time. And like you said, you know, here, even me, you know, I have been to some temples multiple times, you know, with all the tours and everything. But every time I go, I see something new. But I have control of myself. It's nothing like the first time you see it. The first time you see it, y'all footage is gonna be trash because you're not gonna be paying attention. You're not gonna be paying attention. You're gonna be in awe, just kind of camera everywhere. But at least now, you know, I could kind of, I don't know. Sometimes when I go in places I've never been before, I'm still in awe, so I still mess up and I have to pay and go again. Like I got some places I'm going tomorrow because I've been already, but I messed it up, so I got to go back without without the shock and awe of the first time seeing it, and really be able to film it and curate it into a nice piece to share with people. But yeah, it's just that spectacular here, you guys. So
another tip I wanted to give. So I gave the tip of recording and capturing your content in real time and posting it later. Just do, like I said, so you could curate everything, put your videos and make everything work. If influencing or content creating, let me just say that if content creating is something that you're interested in. Another tip I would give is Pinterest is your friend when it comes to inspiration. Pinterest, hashtags of Instagram. So wherever you're traveling to, if you're like me and like to content create or like to get that, because see, I'm doing it for the gram, baby. I'm gonna have a good time, but your girl wants an in-feed picture. I need to be able to have my shot. Okay, because if there's no picture, were you really there? Right. So I hashtags Pinterest and just look it up. So like, for example, when where did I go where I did that recently? Even when we went to San Francisco. So when Katie and I went to San Francisco, we were able to look up on Pinterest, because people have like I said, Pinterest is a search engine. So people have blog posts to the point where they'll say top 10 most Instagrammable places of San Francisco. Like, it's literally that direct. And you click it, and then you'll see the people put the address of the places. Like, that's how I was able to find the Mrs. Doubtfire house. And I got a picture of the Mrs. Doubtfire house. Right. And I was like, I'm not leaving San Francisco without a picture in front of Mrs. Doubtfire house. And actually somebody really lives there too. It was kind of weird, but I was like, I'm getting this picture. But I was able to, we knew where we wanted to go in Chinatown. I saw other content creators and they'll like link exactly where they were. So I was like, oh, I want a picture here. And it just helps you kind of put it together, because depending on your travel time, it's not like my mom, or you go and travel somewhere, you're like, I'm gonna just stay here for about 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Not all of us have that luxury. Some of us are like, look, we're here for 3 or 4 days. We got to get it in. So we're the type, my friends and I will take multiple outfits. We want to just get our pictures. And that way you'll kind of be prepared to know how that looks. Also, Yelp is your friend when it comes to food. Excuse me. I trust Yelp over any of the other ones. I'm actually a Yelp member. Right. I realize I need to be that because I eat out enough. But Yelp, and they have them like Yelp, it's even global now. Yelp is global now. And so just, you can, even if it's not planned, like sometimes we don't even know until we get there, right? Food wise, sometimes some places I go to and I'm like, it's probably going to be high traffic people. I'll do, if it's a restaurant where I really want to go to, and I'll do a reservation. But like when Katie and I had recently just went to Macon, we went on Yelp. We were like, brunch spot. Literally put brunch location, and all these restaurants popped up. And you're able to see what's popular. You can see the pictures, the food, the reviews. It's literally in the palm of your hand. So if you're ill prepared going anywhere, it's on you, because there's so many resources out there to prepare you. Yeah, and to make the most and the best of your experience during your travels.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. That is great information. I didn't even know Yelp was international like that, but I know that they're definitely a good resource for food places. So yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. And they have a things to do on Yelp too. They're trying to start to push things to do on Yelp, like museums, different things like that. But I really use it more so for food. And like I said, that Pinterest and those hashtags on Instagram, you guys, for wherever it is that you're going, if you need like to just draw inspiration of like what photos you kind of want to get.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people are used to using like TripAdvisor, but TripAdvisor has kind of turned into a Facebook, Instagram type situation where it's real commercial now. So you're only going to see, the best businesses that paid to be seen. And they're not necessarily the best businesses. So I would assume that because Yelp, especially if they're just now getting into the international space, that more than likely whatever's listed are from users or actual people who traveled, so that the information is probably a lot more reliable than a TripAdvisor even, because TripAdvisor used to be the trusted source back in the day before it got so commercialized. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's definitely commercialized now. So yeah, so thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna look up some Yelp too. And then for you guys who are just joining us, we are talking with Jasmine Scales of In Love with Jasmine. That is her handle on all social media outlets. Be sure to follow her social or her journey. Period. She is a foodie. As well as a traveler, and more importantly, she's also an influencer, a content creator and influencer. And all of her links are in the description box below. So please do me a favor and follow her. And she's just been sharing some gems with us today about food and travel throughout the U.S. and internationally. And it's been a really good conversation. I want to thank everyone who has joined the chat today. I think I've already acknowledged everyone that was here. If you guys are just seeing this video, or if you're watching the video later after the live is over, thank you for watching. I appreciate you coming through. Make sure that you take the video and you share it out, you guys, and be sure to like it as well. And if you're not a subscriber of my channel, please subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. All right, Jasmine. Yeah, it has been a great time talking to you. Thank you for all of the great information that you provided. Does anyone out there in the chat have any questions for Jasmine? I'd like to give you guys the opportunity to ask her some questions before she does go. If you would just type the questions in, that would be awesome. And I think Mahmoud had made a comment. He said, hope all will be great visit. And it will, because Trail, she's the plug. So he's wishing you a good visit when you come.
Yes, I'm excited. Yeah. Got my looks together. I'm going to be in them airport bathrooms, changing, all of that. I'm excited. Like the Olympics.
All right. And then Shay Vlogs had said, told everyone to smash the like button. I agree, Shay. Thank you for that. You guys, please make sure you hit the like button on your way in. I would appreciate it. All right. And so, yeah. So, Jasmine, is there anything, no one has any questions right now? Is there anything else you want to say in closing?
No. Like I said, follow me on all of my handles, support my journey. I've plugged myself a few times and said that I want to eventually start getting paid to travel and eat, right? The Guy Fieri over here. So yeah, just support my journey. If you see anything, like it, share it, comment, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today. I do appreciate you. And it was a great conversation. And like I said, it's going to be saved on YouTube. So, you know, I can share that out please as well. And you guys, again, thank you all for watching. Be sure to follow Jasmine's journey. All the links are below. And
it's the allergies, girl. Yeah. Georgia.
I know. It's summer. Spring. It's still springtime there. Yeah. So I know it's bad, the pollen. All right. But thank you, and I will see you later.
See you guys later. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to pop you out now. Thanks again.
Bye.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor and please hit the like button. If you enjoyed the live, please make sure that you do share it out. Thank you, Jasmine, for being a guest. I totally appreciate you. And we're going to end it on that note now. So thank you guys again for watching. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Please consider becoming a member of this channel today. And don't forget, hit subscribe. Thank you.